Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. Time to talk men's tennis as they take on Army coming up on Saturday, 1 o'clock at the Lichtenberg Tennis Center with Walker Sims. Your first year, you all as a team, in terms of the team score, got blitzed by Army. Last year, though, you all rallied and get a 4-2 victory. You individually won your singles match. What is that like to go into that competition? Because as we know here, Army-Navy's not just any other match.
There's certainly a lot more pressure, but at the Academy we try to focus on the daily rituals, our daily routines, and doing what we have in that hour as best as we can, and then kind of let the result take care of itself. So we still go to the classes every day. We still go to workouts at noon and practice in the afternoon. And so we try to take care of it one step at a time, just like on the tennis court. We take it one at a time, one set at a time, and then the results take care of itself.
Is that, as a competitor, is that hard to do, to have that kind of patience that you need, or does it become routine for you, obviously, from the standard set from your coach all the way on down?
Our coach certainly emphasizes every day, which kind of creates that environment of taking it one step at a time. But it's never easy. It always requires a lot of emotional and mental discipline to really focus on what you're doing at that time.
Does the pressure become any different once the match starts, or does that all go away and just become a tennis match at that point?
I don't think the pressure ever goes away, but that's kind of the goal, is to kind of get into that flow mode where you're not really thinking about the environment around you. You're just focused on your match, competing for Navy, competing for this great school that we all are devoted to, and has meant so much for us, and competing for each other. So I don't think it ever completely goes away. We're certainly not focused completely on ourselves. Our teammates,
sure,
to the left and right of us, are certainly motivation throughout, but that's kind of the goal, is to kind of just focus on the ball and the strings and enjoying the process.
Now, you've seen it now on both sides. What was it like to be successful? What was that moment of euphoria like for you all as a team last year, to be able to celebrate a victory against the Black Knights?
Well, it's certainly a culminating moment, and something that, since we put in so much work, we practice 2.5 hours every day.
Sure.
We work out every day at noon, and so to put in so much work over such an extended period of time, and then to actually accomplish, and we knew, in the back of our minds, all of us knew this is what we're gearing for. We played, over 30 matches this season, and they've all been very meaningful, but this was the one that we've been preparing for with those matches throughout the season. And so to be thinking about it for so long and then to actually achieve it is something really special.
For you individually as a player, do you change anything depending on the opponent you're playing, or do you try to play a similar style of match and play to your strengths all the time?
I have my strengths. I like my forehand, and I generally try to dictate with it, but I always try to adapt to the opponent and have a specific strategy where I can match my strengths up against his weakness, and I'm looking for a specific weakness that I can attack.
Can you see things during the course of a match maybe that are developing that maybe you weren't necessarily thinking about going in, but maybe seeing the way someone is playing you and try to adjust on the fly there and take advantage?
I think adjusting during the match is something that is very important in tennis. Anytime you try to follow a rigid game plan, it doesn't work that way. Every point's fluid, every point's dynamic. You try to have a general broad strategy, but you got to adapt, and that's what the coaches are so great for, is they kind of have that bird's eye view. They've got a lot of experience, Coach Garner and Coach Moreland, and so they're there kind of on the changeovers. Their guidance is very, very helpful.
Happy with the season so far for yourself?
I am. We've had some tough matches, some tough losses, but we've had some good wins going into the Army match.
All right, what's it going to take for you all to get the points you need on Saturday and to be able to celebrate with your teammates again?
We're going to have to compete for one another. We're going to have to fight as a team, and we're going to have to battle every point, every set, every mat, and eventually win. So we're just going to have to battle out there.
Do you all, as individuals, especially when your match is over, do you all migrate to some of the other courts to just try and give maybe that little bit of extra support to some of your teammates who may need it?
We always do. Supporting one another is one of the It's not just the match isn't over when you're finished. You're out there supporting, because that energy really feeds off of itself. It really multiplies, and so even after your match is done, or if you're not playing, you still have a role in the team, and that's one of the reasons it's so special to be on the Navy men's tennis team.
All right, big fella, appreciate the time. Best of luck this weekend to you and your teammates as you try to secure the star against Army.
Yes, sir.
All right, Walker Sims joining us here on the Navy Sports Magazine.